Well, hi everyone. I thought I'd do a quick update on the I-80 tunnel fire and aftermath in Green River, Wyoming. There's been a new video update from Sweetwater County Sheriff's Department. It was posted on the Wyoming DOT YouTube channel. There's a link to that video in the description here. But I just wanted to go through that and also address some of the questions that many of you raised in my initial video on this topic. So let's get started with this footage from Sweetwater County. They don't say when this was recorded, but given that there are far fewer vehicles in the tunnel right now, about 10 versus the initial reported 26 that were involved in the collision, I would think this would be on Sunday the 16th or Monday the 17th. So it's just, you can see all the tires have burned off the vehicles. Intense fire, highest intensity apparently was in the middle third of this tunnel, which is about 1,000 feet long. In my initial video, I misspoke and said that the tunnel had a diameter of 16 feet, which is obviously incorrect. It has a clear height of a little over 16 feet here. A little different clear height between the two tunnels. I'll show you what those are here in a bit. But you can see, I thought there might have been a ventilation system, which is quite common in tunnels, but I don't see that now. I just see the cable trays for primarily electrical power, I would think. And then you have this lighting that is rock bolted into the tunnel liner on the top. See large chunks of the liner. Looks like it's fallen in. I don't see any exposed reinforcing steel. Usually for reinforced concrete structures, a minimum concrete cover thickness is 3 inches. So you'd have nothing but concrete from the outer face of the rebar to the face of the structure. I imagine that the cover thickness might have been thicker than that here. Still some smoke from smoldering portions of the vehicles here. You can tell it's very, very intense fire. Again, we can see the damage to the tunnel liner. A lot of debris. Oh, by the way, this footage was collected with a drone. So you can still see some first responders working there. So this area of the I-80 tunnels is between Green River, Wyoming and Rock Springs, Wyoming. Now, is the westbound tunnel that was involved in the crash and subsequent fire inside. So in this photo, the westbound tunnel is on the right. And the clear height is 16¼ inches for the eastbound tunnel and 16 feet 9 inches for the westbound tunnel. And I understand they're working to open up the eastbound tunnel to two-way traffic with a median Jersey barrier installed. I'm recording this on February 19th, 2025. They were planning to have that done today. I haven't seen that they've updated their news releases to indicate whether that's happened or not. It looks like smoke was coming out on both ends of the tunnel. And some of you noted in the comments of the previous video that I made, it looks like it's possible that this crash started outside the westbound tunnel with subsequent vehicles crashing in behind in a chain reaction. The Wyoming Highway Patrol hasn't made any announcements about the cause of the crashes as well as the cause of the subsequent fire. But I suspect in the coming days they will be making some of these preliminary announcements. Also, many of you commented that this tragedy reminded you of the Caldecott tunnel fire just east of Oakland that occurred in 1982. It killed 7 people. Devastating fire that was a result of a crashed gasoline tanker. This is the area just east of Oakland. Now, another comment many of you had was, why do they have tunnels there to begin with? Why didn't they put in a bypass route that would have avoided tunnels? That's a good question. I guess Wyoming DOT's been looking at post-construction of these tunnels in 1966 of installing an alternate route or a bypass that doesn't involve these tunnels. And the area engineer for Wyoming DOT estimated the cost for that project would be in excess of $60 million. I wouldn't be surprised if that cost was at least double, but I think it's something that would be well worth it, and they could perhaps separate the truck traffic on the bypass from passenger traffic in the tunnels. There are many tunnels in the country that don't allow flammable or hazardous material to go through the tunnel. Another thing some of you mentioned is, well, why don't they just blast all the rock off that top and they wouldn't need tunnels? They just have open roadways. Well, just calculating the potential volume here, we're looking at the area of the roadway, and it's about 300-foot high outcrop. Research I've done indicates it's most likely sandstone. So you're looking at over 1 million cubic yards of hard rock excavation. You know, conservatively, say a cost of $200 per yard. You're looking at $200 million. Plus, you would have to shut the road down while you did that work, because otherwise it'd be too dangerous. So I don't think that's feasible at all today. Well, that's it for today. I will continue to do updates as additional information is forthcoming on this story. I want to thank those of you who have contributed to buy me a coffee. That's a great way to support this channel, as well as those of you who are channel members. And certainly I want to thank those of you who have contributed to Super Thanks. So please stay tuned for future videos.